Peace and blessings, and welcome to the Soul Logistic Radio Show. Monday morning quarterback right here on the Source 91.3 WVSC, Facebook, YouTube. I'm your host, Doug Gevins, the unknown icon. A few people call me Hannibal Smith. Got the minister of information, the straw, the stirs, the drink, the movie critic. What, VCU professor?
Yes,
Fat
sir.
Tommy, what's
Now,
poppin', yo?
look, now I have charged the field. I've never rushed the field after a game. I can check that off on my bucket list. My nephew had his greatest game of all season. They upset Washington, and the students ran on the field, so I did too. So now you can put I guess football field rusher.
So you follow the leader, you follow suit?
Man, no, I had to save my life. If you ever been in a stadium with 60,000 people and they all start running towards the field, I suggest you run that way too. Just some FYI for you. Don't try to sit there and be like, because I wasn't going to do it, but there were so many people coming. I was getting out their way, which meant I had to go to the field. Because I didn't jump over the wall. I went down the steps. Everybody else was jumping the wall. I was like, I'm not jumping over the wall. I rushed the field by walking down the steps.
Well, I want to say this episode is sponsored by FanDuel because FanDuel helped me get some paper because I put money on Jake Paul. Let's talk about the fight. Did you see the fight Friday night?
I did.
What do you think about the fight?
That Mike is the same age as me, and I would not be trying to fight nobody that's 27 years old right now. Just the FYI. But
For about $30 million?
I appreciate Jake Paul allowing Mike to make $30 million. That was a good payday for him. Good look. I know they had a gentleman's agreement not to hurt each other because Jake could have took him out in the second round when he stumbled forward a little bit. Could have got ugly. Jake didn't do that. I think it is terrible for boxing, but it was good for television. I mean, if Jake really want to prove to me he's a boxer, he could fight now. Now that he's beaten Mike Tyson. And here's what was disappointing to me about the fight. It was not an exhibition fight. They got the fight sanctioned. So it actually goes down as a loss for Mike Tyson and a win for Jake Paul. So in Mike Tyson's record, he's now lost another fight, which I don't think he's worried about that. For $30 million,
He don't
I
care. He
wouldn't
don't
worry.
care about that.
Well, actually, records ain't what they used to be anyway, so I probably wouldn't care. No. You call me up and say, Tommy, I need you to fight me, $30 million. I think I'm going to go with, yeah, okay, let's do it. 2-minute round.
But what about the people that were so upset? Like, you didn't see the play? Like, a lot of times, man, instead of complaining about stuff, join in on it. So I saw the whole play. It felt like an exhibition to me. And I saw when Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. and how he looked, I said, man, this guy don't look like he might make it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew this was a money grab. So I joined in on the money grab. I bet on Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying?
How much did you bet?
I don't want to say because they might, you know what I mean?
But
look.
What did it pay? Because I looked at it online. You know what? I was gonna go. I knew it 8 rounds by decision. That must have been the one you chose.
But no, what I said, I parlayed that in with the Steelers game.
Oh, okay.
I might become an analyst. I might be on FanDuel soon later with my parlay picks. It's crazy, yo.
So you bet on Tyson and the Steelers.
Right. I bet on Jake Paul and the Steelers and like what the Steelers was going to do. Yeah, all that combined. Nice little parlay. I might put you down with that. You know what I mean?
I've been checking my money. My $21 has turned to $38. I can cash out right now.
Hey, I was short from the running back from the Cincinnati Bengals from a big payday last night. All I needed him was to score a touchdown, and that would have been it.
You really had a payday, huh?
I'm learning. I just learned this thing. You know what I mean? But I
I
know what I'm saying. Going back to the Tyson fight is that if you see a play instead of complaining about it, you know what I mean?
eat off of it.
Right, right. That's all I'm saying. But get into this. The Steelers 18, Ravens 16. We're number one in the division. What do you think, Fat Time? What do you think about that game?
I didn't expect anything different. I told you we don't have no problems. We getting ready to do this. Look, this is what I did notice. That now, for me, this is the first real team that, well, every team they played was in the NFL. They were actually professional teams. But this was a team that if they could beat this one, it meant they were really real and Super Bowl bound to me. This was the hurdle we needed to get over so that I could determine whether or not
You know,
we could actually
people,
go.
people say that, but um, we beat the Chargers. You know, now the
Yeah.
Chargers look like juggernauts, right? Every time we beat somebody, we didn't complain about it. But look,
No, but
Ravens
look,
lost.
this was a
Ravens
division.
lost
This was
against.
in the same division. We needed a divisional game and somebody that hated us. See,
But the Ravens lost to the Raiders,
they did,
Cleveland,
but
us. You know,
They
like
really wanted to beat us, and the analysts wanted to say that he was. See, so again, this was an opportunity to show that Russell Wilson them was really serious. And I mean that Pittsburgh defense looked good. The offense, and then they put Justin Fields in there. He
yes. Hey,
slid.
look. Hey, it was crazy because I was telling my wife, I was like, they need to put Justin Fields in the game right now. And she said, look, I said, oh, snap. I said, yo, this must be a new Mike Tomlin because something's different going
You
on.
know what it
I
is?
swear.
I found out what it was. They said, look, what we're going to do, they've been watching us, and they said, them dudes seem to know what they're talking about. So they bugged our houses. So really, you're calling the plays. You're just not getting the check. Tomlin said, what did Hannibal Smith say? He said, you should put in Justin. He said, Justin, you're up.
Whoa, I was like, that's what I'm talking. He just slid a little too early, but I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know me, I am a Mike Tomlin critic. Everybody
Yes.
knows that.
I thought you was going to say fan. I was going to say, no, you ain't. But you didn't say that. You didn't say fan. You said
You
critic.
you
So
you
yes,
can't
you
wait to
are.
call me out. But I'm thinking he could be the coach of the year because they were saying the Steelers were going to be the bottom of the division. That's all I heard before the season started. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too. That's why, like you, I ran to FanDuel. And I put my little bit of money on there. That's now $38. I actually almost tripled my money for the amount of money I put
FanDuel,
there.
FanDuel is gonna have to sponsor the Solar Distance Radio Show because, like you, Fat Tommy, like man and ourselves, I put money on that we'll win the Super Bowl. Hey, you know what I mean?
Oh, you did it too?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Doug. I told everybody to. You know, I'm mad that I didn't get the bet in before. Look, had I figured out how to work this just one day earlier, I would really be happy because it was $5 to win 2,000. They won the first game. I got my bet in on September the 7th after they had won the first game, something like that. It was after the first game. After the first game, it was $20 to win $1,220.
That's
And
the
right
move.
now, last week, my $20 was $21.26. After yesterday, it's $32. My
Mm.
$20 is now 32. I could just pull it off because each week I could take the money if I wanted.
Right, right,
I
right,
could
right,
just say I'm cashing out now, but I'm
right,
not. I'm looking at it grow. It's like the stock market.
right. There
I'm
you
watching
go.
it grow every week.
So Chris Boswell, the kicker, 6 field goals, man, all 50 yarders. I mean, well, he had 3 50-yarder joints, man. Chris Boswell is no joke. And what about Lamar Jackson? Now I think the Steelers done bumped him in the MVP race. They saying Josh Allen is the front runner for MVP. What do you think? You're a Lamar Jackson critic.
I'm a Lamar Jackson critic and fan, and from the critic side of me, I said he wasn't ready for the big lights. This was a big game. He was supposed to go out there and show. When I called him a bust last year, everybody gave me, a hard time, said you're being hard on him. But here we are yet again in a game, probably the biggest game he played this season. And what did he do? He played well, but not well enough. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna criticize. I'm gonna just say he didn't play well enough to win the game. Russell Wilson, on the other hand, who was old and washed up, seemed to have took the shower, got himself cleaned up, and is about to lead the Steelers off to where they in their rightful position, because we don't just want to go to the playoffs.
Right.
Everybody have winning seasons. There's nothing spectacular about having a winning
Right.
season. The reason you play this game is for the trophy. You
That's
want
right.
the trophy. Don't
That's
nobody
right.
go. When you was in high school, you ain't say, well, we won the regionals. It was like, we made it to the dance. You don't say that. You been on the
Right.
bus crying because you ain't win. Man, we lost the game, and man. We went all the way to the championship. You do not get to come to school on Monday and say, we did make it to the championship, but you lost. So that does not help. That's the era that we came from. To
That
just getting there
interception,
is not
that's
enough.
interception he threw in the end zone. I was like, whoa, that was critical. But at least he was trying to make a play.
Um, Let me just say this: the play calling for the Steelers um, is is groundbreaking. I mean, I've seen him do things now that is. I'm telling you, I'm totally confused. He never would have put Justin Fields in for
No,
two plays. I was gonna say one, but he put in two plays and took them back out. That's just unheard of. Who does that?
you'd have ran the ball straight into the crowd.
Man, I mean, so I am really happy about the Steelers and Tomlin's play calling. I'm really happy about the way we look. I'm really happy that Buffalo upset Kansas, because now well, I'm a little worried because I thought they would win every game and then they get beaten in the Super Bowl.
You thought they was
But
gonna win every game?
I was wanting them to. I wanted the Chiefs to win every game because uh, I want Patrick Mahomes to be
You know we
considered.
you do know we played him on Christmas.
I know that one they lost now, so it don't matter. They can lose the games now. They're not going undefeated. I wanted them to go undefeated, whether they won the Super Bowl or not, because I wanted Patrick
You,
Mahomes to go down as the world's greatest quarterback.
so you
He
wanted
ain't
them to
gonna get.
beat us on Christmas?
Well, that was if they were going to remain undefeated. I'd take a Christmas defeat and then we beat them in the playoffs rather than them to lose now and
You
get
know, you
back on
getting
their vengeance
you
to get
catching
to
a
the
lot of
Super Bowl.
criticism. We're gonna have to go live so you can see some of the criticism that I'm catching from your heat. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
Some of
that,
the things you
you know.
said. One of our viewers said, "How the hell is he talking football and he don't even know that you play two games in your division each team? How is he qualified to be an
Wait,
analyst if he don't even know that? What I mean, a
you want me to
Dolphins
tell
fan
them?
is
Listen,
checking you, Fat
I
Tom.
can answer that. This is easy. This is America. Look who your president is. If that man can get elected president of the United States and he's a 12-time felon. And you worried about me analyze? I ain't played football. I just started watching football, okay? It don't look, it's the American way. You let those who know the least talk the most. So I know the least about football, and no, I didn't know that. But at least I didn't get on here and unlike our president and then make it up and say I knew it. I asked, oh, we played them twice? Okay, America, y'all get to see my faults. I I know we played most teams twice, but I don't know who's in the division with us. Just to be clear,
You
I
know,
never
I'm
knew who was in the
look
division.
down, Fat Tom. I'm helping you out. This is the division: Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, and Browns. I'm helping you every week.
Thank you, Doug. Stevens, Ravens, Bengals, and Browns. Now, wait till they find out I don't know the difference between the NFC and the AFC. We shouldn't even tell them that, right?
No,
They
I can forget the fan due contract. I can forget the contract. That's not gonna
I know
happen.
the concept is two separate sides, and that side plays this side for the Super Bowl. I
So
used
it was a Dolphin fan that put that information out. So the Dolphins barely squeaked by the Raiders. So my bet still looks like it's going to be cool against the better record against the Dolphins.
they did surprise me. The Dolphins did put it on the Ram. One of the Rams, yes, they
It was
beat the
the Raiders,
Rams.
the Raiders,
The
the
Raiders.
Raiders.
They beat the Raiders the other day. I mean, and they looked really good, but I still couldn't trust Tua to make it the whole season. I can't trust them to go and do well. I think they'll be a bust in the playoffs. I'm still sticking with. Wait. Have you noticed now? Now everybody is listening to us. Have you noticed how many analysts now are saying that Shador gonna figure out how to get to Dallas and Deion Sanders gonna? I'm
You
telling you,
said
see,
it. You said it.
that's because they listening to our show. That's what it
And
is.
not
They
giving us the credit, right?
not getting they taking the information and not giving us the credit. But here's what you can tell your Miami analyst that I did say. And I put my money on it that the Steelers was going to go to the Super Bowl, and so far we're headed in that direction.
There you
I
go, Fat
did
Tommy.
say I did say that more than likely the Steelers would beat Baltimore, but I would take it either way. I wasn't going to be upset no matter what happened, but I wanted them to win. You know why I wanted the Steelers to win? Only because Russell Wilson is a Virginia young man. So if I got to pick between two quarterbacks that I both love, then I ride or die with Virginia. So I went with Virginia, and that's where I'm at. And I did tell you that you had nothing to worry about in your bet. I said, hey, Doug, don't worry. You're going to beat the Commanders. What happened? You beat the Commanders. Did you beat the Commanders? I said, hey, Doug, don't worry. We're gonna be number one in the division. What happened? Okay, so because I
Tommy
get one,
Nostradamus. It's
just
Tommy
because I get one
Nostradamus.
thing wrong, I don't know the difference between the NFC and the AFC. That don't matter. I know how to figure out who's winning. And FanDuel don't ask you who's in NFC or the AFC. They ask you where do you want to put your $5 at, and you put your $5 down. And if it turns into money, then I'm a good analyst. Now my $5 is $38. So I think I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me when my $5 go in the other direction. When it's like, yo,
Okay.
you're at negative
Okay.
11.
So here's this is going to determine Thursday night is going to determine to me if this is a different Steeler team. Now,
Okay.
we're going to probably be favored to beat Cleveland Browns. Now, this is where I get to what I'm saying. With my Steelers, we play down to our opponents. So I'm thinking if we're going to lose one, this is going to be the one. I'm hoping not. And I'm not betting against my team. I don't do that. I don't bet against my team. That's a sin in my household. But if we come out and we beat down Cleveland, this is a new Steeler team. But if we fall, we might be the same Steeler team. That's what I'm
Let me,
saying.
let me tell you this, okay? This is Tommy Nostradamus. Is that what you
Yeah.
call him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tommy Nostradamus.
I'm going with the Steelers gonna win. They got this. Only team I was worried about Baltimore because one, I thought Baltimore was gonna play them really hard, which they did. Two, I knew that Baltimore had good defense. We had good defense, but I wanted to see, in my mind, and most people they will say their offense is better than the Steelers because they got the running
Derek,
back. What's
yeah, they
what's
got Henry.
Henry, they got Henry, and they got Lamar Jackson. Like, my God, they have to be better than the Steelers, right? But
Right.
they
Wrong.
weren't. Apparently, they lost to the Steelers. So we have the better offense. I was glad we took the points. I know it was 4th and 1, but I said in this game, you got to get points when you can get them. And
Right.
guess what, Tomlin? He was listening and he went ahead and got points. I said, this is not a place for a trick play. Do not do that thing y'all tried last week. Just put the points on the score because this is going to be a very close game. And he did. So I'm going to say we're going to beat Cleveland.
Okay.
We're gonna
So
beat we're gonna beat Cleveland by 2 points. In
two
case y'all,
points.
you can write that down and replay the tape next week. We're gonna beat them by
So
two.
so Mike Tomlin, MVP right now, coach. I mean, coach of the year.
My wife said so. My wife said he was a very good coach, and so this morning when we watched the game, and you said is that who's that? And I said that's the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You said they got a black coach, and I said yeah. And you said he fine. He fine too, by the way, just in case y'all didn't know.
That don't count on FanDuel. I don't think they is not a
Yeah, you
fan.
can vote. What most women say. Because you can vote on some crazy things, right?
Right.
I looked at FanDuel. I said, "Did you know you could? We could have bet. Here's where I really should have came up on some money. We could have bet on the presidential election, buddy. I'd have raked in the
What?
bucks if they. No one told me. If they'd have told me that, I would have ate that day. I could have ate. I could have ate.
Bruh, for $10, if Joe Burrow last night would have been the first person to score, that was $1,000. I knew
On
I
that
knew it
team.
won't I knew it wasn't gonna happen. So I was like, but that's crazy, right?
That is because it's almost like put $10 on it. Look, when they said I could win $2,000 if the Steelers win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl. I said, wait, all we was a quarterback away. That's what I said. I said, man, with a good quarterback, we could win. We got two good quarterbacks now. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. And this is before the season started, but it took me a whole day to figure out how to get the app downloaded to my phone. That was the problem. I should have called a youthful person and said, "Yo, man,
Right.
help me get this on there." So by Monday, it changed. That goes to show you they didn't even think we was gonna win the first game after
Right.
everybody saw them, because then it went from $5 to $20, and it went from 2,000 to 1,200. And I'm
They
like,
don't know.
yo,
They don't know what they're talking about. Don't listen to the analysts. And we got to put the disclaimer out there. Everybody, gamble responsibly. Make sure you gamble responsibly if you gamble. So I don't want people hitting us up talking about, well, yeah, okay, all
man,
right.
we getting a casino right now. We about to gambling
I'm
about
getting,
to turn up, man.
yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
getting
man.
ready. We got to learn how to do this stuff. We might
We
be,
do.
we're gonna be taping our show from the casino. We got to know a little something we talking about, right?
Man, I didn't. I had to call my nephew and say it say Mike Tyson plus 111. What do that mean? And he was like,
Yeah,
"What's the
that gets
plus
me
and the
too.
minus?" So I'm up on it now. I got my little betting down. So I do have a young man that does this. I got some family members that actually gamble. So I call them and they tell me, because they tell me the best thing is when I do what you do. They say I make better money if I parlayed my bets instead of just doing one bet. If I tie it into another bet, my payday gets bigger.
There
I
you
haven't
go.
got that advanced yet.
I
So I'm
learned
not.
it. I learned that pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Fat Tommy, I appreciate you, bro.
All right, Doug Evans, thank you. Peace, love, and